Regular person, homeless. Regular person,
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with this mess. What's up, everybody? Rivera here, the absolute best LGBTQ comedian in the world. That's right. Have your fun. Have your fun. Right now, I am toothless and homeless looking. But I've been telling myself I'm going to put out more content lately, and there's every excuse not to do content. And this, believe me, is an excuse to not do content. But I was like, I'm going to put this out. People have been asking me what happened with me and Skankfest because there was this situation that I'll explain in just a second. But for the people that are worried about my tooth, what happened was, before we go any further, please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help me on the algorithm. If you don't know what to comment, but you want to comment something, just say you're the sexiest jack-o'-lantern I've ever seen. Or just go ahead and find a pumpkin emoji and put that up. I think there's a pumpkin emoji, right? Or a jack-o'-lantern emoji? There should be. Anyway, like, comment, and subscribe. A while back, like 3 years ago, I had to have this tooth fixed because it was something from when I was a kid. You know, I flew over some handlebars and onto freshly paved gravel. And so I ended up fracturing my tooth, and we were able to keep it for a long time. They used like the root of the tooth to be the post to a crown, and so that held for 3 years. And they had let me know that if I have a problem with that, then what we're probably going to have to do is an extraction and then put an implant in. What they didn't tell me about was the fact that I was going to need a bone graft as well. So when I went in on Thursday, because my tooth started getting loose, and it wasn't like I ate anything, it wasn't like there was any kind of impact, it just came out of nowhere. Just all of a sudden my tooth started being loose. And I've been on the road so much lately that I wasn't able to handle it right away. So I was just trying to be careful about the way I ate and make sure that my tooth didn't come out. It was probably about a month that it's been loose in there, but I haven't really had time, and I knew it was going to take time. And so I told them specifically that I didn't want to not have a tooth. And what happened was, I went in on a Thursday. It was late Thursday. So the flipper takes at least 24 hours of turnaround. For me to get it by Friday, it wasn't going to be possible. So what happened was, they went ahead and extracted it, and I was left without a tooth, and now I have to wait till tomorrow, which is Monday, to get my flipper. And then because I had to have a bone graft done, they have to wait for 4 to 5 months for that to fully heal and make sure that takes, and then I'm able to get an implant. So I'm gonna have to just use a flipper for at least 4 or 5 months. I hate that I talk like this right now, but it's just because I don't have a tooth in there at all. And I can't smile at people because I do instantly turn homeless in front of them. And I've seen it happen where I have been chatting with people, like, you know, the lady at the gym or the lady at the grocery store. And then I'll smile or I'll laugh, and all of a sudden it'll get a different look, like, oh, you're homeless or you're a crackhead. So this is where I'm at right now, and I appreciate you guys bearing with me. I'm still gonna record this video just because I wanted to talk about it. Like I said, people have been asking me what happened with me in Skankfest, because back in February, it was the morning of February 3rd. I'll never forget it. Just kidding, I had to look it up. I had been up all night editing a video. I had edited this video, I'll put right here, about Joe Rogan. And I you know, because I put in clips and everything like that, it took me forever to edit the video. So it was like an overnight process. And all of a sudden, at a point, I start getting notifications on my phone. And I figured it was somebody texting me like crazy, even though it was like a ridiculous hour. But since I'm a comic, people hit me up at ridiculous hours. So for me to be getting text messages 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, I didn't really think anything of it. So then I finally get up, because when I'm editing, I don't usually let things interrupt me. And so I finally get up to check my phone, and I see I've got a bunch of Twitter notifications. In my head, I was like, oh shit, I guess I'm being canceled on Twitter again, because I've been canceled on Twitter so many times right now. I'm still somewhat shadow banned. And so it's just something I deal with Twitter. And it's what happens when you're a comic like me and you have some controversial opinions. So I checked to see what it was, and it was a bunch of people saying my name, and so I checked what it was in response to. And Louis J. Gomez, unbeknownst to me, who I hadn't met before that I remember, but I saw that I apparently judged Roast Battle at a point together, which I don't think he remembered either, because it's not something either of us referenced. And so Luis J. Gomez had posted, because they're going to be doing Skankfest Las Vegas, are there any Vegas comics I should know about? And then a bunch of people just started tagging me. And so that's what all the notifications were for. And there were a bunch of notifications of just people tagging me, just saying my name at Ty Rivera, at Ty Rivera. And so I was like, that's cool. It's for once not bullshit on Twitter. It's something cool. So Lewis hit me up on Twitter in a public tweet and was just like, hey, send me a direct message. And so I sent him a direct message, and then he hit me up and he was like, would you be around to do Skankfest Las Vegas October 14th through the 16th? I sent him, yes, I would. And then he was like, cool, I'll have Rebecca get in contact with you. And then I wasn't supposed to discuss it until it came up on the website, I don't believe, or I'm not 100% sure how that was all supposed to play out. And when I'm in that kind of situation, because I've had that happen before with Comedy Central and stuff, where sometimes they don't want you to announce until they announce. So I didn't say anything publicly, even though I found out within those couple of days. And I was going to be announced way back at the beginning, but Rebecca had sent me a direct message on Twitter, and since we weren't following each other, that went to my spam filter. So I didn't even know that had come in. So I didn't get to agree to it right away. And so I didn't end up in the initial announcement. And then it just got announced on the website a couple of days ago. So for anybody that was wondering, that's how that turned out. I did end up getting booked for Skankfest Las Vegas. And like I said, I've known since February, but I didn't want to announce it before they announced it. And you never want to just assume that things are going to go a particular way until you've got everything. But they had already sent me the agreement, so I was pretty sure everything was just the way that it was supposed to go. And then I wanted to tell you guys, because it was very special to me that not only were a bunch of people tagging me saying that I'm a Vegas comic that they should definitely know about, but then my friends Jessica Michelle Singleton also posted a tweet that just said vouch. Tim Dillon posted a tweet that said vouch. And there were a couple other comics, and which I forget names, and I'm sorry, you guys, I'm not trying to be any kind of anything, because really, I'm just grateful for it, because it is a well-known festival, and like those guys are fun, and it works with my brand and what it is I do. And I am, as cheesy as it may sound to some people, honored that I was asked to do it, and I'm going to be there, and it's going to be a good situation. And I look forward to meeting everybody. I've met Big J before, but it was just briefly and in passing at the Comedy Store. And so I don't know all the guys. Some of the comics that I've seen on the roster, I'm definitely happy to see. I know Jeremiah Watkins is going to be here. David Lucas is going to be here. Brian Redband is going to be here. Tony Hinchcliffe. Like, you know, a lot of my friends are going to be here, and it's going to be a good time. I think all the tickets are already sold out. I don't know if they're going to release anymore or if that's just completely done. But whatever the case is, I'm going to be there. So if you guys are going to be at Skankfest this year, October 14th through the 16th, please, please, please come check me out. And I won't lie to you and say on the next video, because I think I'm going to shoot another one later on today or tonight. So I won't lie to you and say I'll have a tooth by then. I'll have a tooth by Tuesday or Wednesday when you watch videos, if I put videos up. But it is what it is. And, you know, I'm toothless, but I'm happy. So life is what it is. I'll talk more about the personal stuff that some people have seen me post lately. I do think that's all important. It's about mental health and dealing with grief and that kind of stuff. But I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks so much.